I'm glad we're doing this now.
I know.
All right. What's up? What's up, homies? It's Cole and Cameron here from River City Visuals back doing the podcast again.
Oh, yeah.
You might notice that the setup on either side of the table is a little different. This whole process sucked.
Yeah.
This whole process was ass. We're all like, oh, yeah, we're going to start our podcast back up again. It's going to be so awesome. It's going to be so exciting. We're like, oh, hell yeah. So we watched a movie so we could talk about the movie earlier. We got some McDonald's. We got these beers. I show up to the studio and I forget all of the podcast equipment. I remember all the camera equipment, but I forget all the podcast equipment. So I got to run back home, and I live way out west, and this is downtown on Commerce Street. And then I come back here, and we're set up forever, and then I realize that there's a scissor arm missing, and so we had to ghetto rig this C-stand with a half microphone stand.
Yeah, so this
tape.
This black bar is actually part of like a normal like on stage microphone stand that we unscrewed, mounted in our C-stand, and then this is like the normal part that you clip a normal hand microphone in, and then we like gaff taped the recording microphone because we have that piece of the podcast equipment, and it actually looks way more legit, I think.
No, it doesn't. It was so frustrating. It was the worst thing ever. But we're here now.
Yeah.
We got this done. So I'm hearing an echo in here, which sucks. But we're at a new location, for those who don't know. I don't know if like we should just get a little closer and talk softer, and then that would cut back on the...
I mean...
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm not... You're probably right. I'm not too worried about it because I just learned... I don't know how it missed our radar, but... And you might already know. But in Audition, that there's like a de-reverb setting now that's just like really quick.
That's fake news.
No, I used to YouTube tutorial everything about like reverb like stuff, and it's like you have to do all these little stupid settings and the equalizers and stuff, and now there's just like a really simple de-reverb. What?
You're talking out your ass.
No.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
It's like in the noise restoration settings, it's like there's just one that says it's as of the 2019, so it's probably been in there for like a year. But
okay. Well, I guess I'm not worried about it then if you're not worried about it.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh yeah, we're at a new place. We've recently upgraded our space. Currently on Commerce Street. Stop by and say hi. It's pretty cool. There's a lot more room in here, and hopefully we can just set up a permanent podcast spot. We're thinking about getting a third microphone so that we can have guests on.
For sure.
We're going to have our boy Chris Patton helping out with the podcast, the editing side of it, and then eventually, when we build up enough equipment to actually man the camera feed, audio levels, and to join us every now and then.
For sure.
That's exciting.
Definitely.
But we are actually going to continue this. For those who were like, you know, the 3 or 4 people that were tuned into all of our YouTube stuff. When we started that back up again, you're probably wondering why the fuck we haven't done it in, you know, I don't know how long it's been. Fucking.
It's been a while.
Has it been a year already? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll check.
But anyways, River City Visuals, our business, got so busy in the best way possible. We have been working our asses off.
Yeah.
And just grinding. But we doubt that we're going to be able to make as much content as we originally wanted to.
Yeah.
That being said, we're going to schedule out a day per week to do this. And if there's weeks where we can't do this, we're going to come out with a video regardless. Either way, we're going to try to make one podcast/video a week.
Yeah.
So hopefully that happens.
I am just wanting to look at when our last video was. It was the Cuddlist. That was 7 months ago.
The Cuddlist. 7 months ago?
Over half a year.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Isn't that yeah, that's insane.
Damn. That Cuddlist was a good video. That was a good ending video, I feel like, to our short little era that was lived.
And if you haven't seen that, I mean, it's our most successful video by far. It's at 6,500 views now.
That's insane.
Which to a lot of people, that's not that much, but to us, it's a lot.
Yeah,
because we have
awesome.
Old Town Warren cheese fries is at 1.3. But last I checked, that thing was under 6, so it's at 6.5.
Damn. So yeah, this podcast, you know, we want to turn it into something big. This is going to be pretty much our next like venture, I think. You know, like we've got our business, it's doing well. We're slowly getting a team. That's going to be kind of the next step for that, which is exciting. But the next big thing that we want to work on is this, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I feel like we've talked about it before, you know, for viewers, I feel like we have the personality to carry on a entertaining enough conversation where viewers or listeners will be engaged enough to keep listening.
Yeah.
I feel like we've got a lot of really good ideas. We want to reach out to you guys and ask you for ideas. So if you guys out there watching or listening think of any cool games that we can play or things like the Cuddlist video, you know, anything like that, let us know. Like, hey, I think it'd be cool if you guys went and interviewed this person. Or I think it'd be cool if you guys talked about this. I really want to hear your take on it. Or I bet you'd have something funny to say about this. Like, totally down. Let us know.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm excited just to be able to... Because what happens is with our business stuff, it's great, you know, it's, you know, we're growing and everything. But more and more, it's like most of our normal interaction ends up being just on shoots or over the phone when we check in with each other, like
You're right.
from day to day.
You're right.
So it's just, we just don't do anything other than that, really. Which is like, you know, you have to do that, but this gives us a time to just like shut off and like be like, okay, we're not gonna do work stuff right now. We're gonna just talk and be stupid and like discuss stuff.
Yeah, we're in a way turning our relaxing time into a work, but not in a like a work sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this, Cameron and I just don't sit down and drink with each other.
No,
we're best
never.
friends. We should be hanging out. We should be going to the bars. We should be going out like watching movies and stuff all the time. Never, because the only interaction, like you said, we have is during shoots and when we're working. So yeah, this is gonna be nice. This is gonna be healthy for everybody, I feel like.
Yeah, or not.
Or not. We might hate each other. like everyone's gonna look back on this video and be like, "Man, if they only knew that 6 months from now they'd get into a huge fight and Cameron like murdered Cole, and now he's like spending the rest of his life in prison."
That's fine.
I should have recorded this for a little bit and then played it back to make sure it sounds good.
It sounds fantastic.
Butt bucket. Also, so we are going to be discussing River City Visuals at some point, you know, I'm sure, like throughout this whole entire podcast stuff. So for all of our clients out there that might tune in and listen, this is us. This is our way to express ourselves and be creative and be true to ourselves. Of course, we've got a professional side, and that's what you probably see at your place of business when we show up to film or when we create something for you. But you know, we like to cuss a lot. We like to talk about pretty, you know, weird topics sometimes. So I'm going to need you not to judge us based on what happens here. And if you do, go fuck yourself. Because we didn't want your fucking business anyway. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
but no, there's something to be said. Like, just if for some reason something we say offends you, and we're not going to probably say the worst shit ever.
Right.
But
yeah.
Like
we're still good dudes. Like we're not gonna
just trust
intentionally
us.
offend anybody or anything like that.
But we're gonna be ourselves, and in somewhat of a way Cole said, like to be all fair. It's like, when you answer the phone or when you call, like say you call a restaurant, you order like takeout, or you call any business, and the person who answers the phone does the fake phone voice,
Sure.
Well, it's like, they just have to do that. That's just it's almost like involuntary now. Like you expect it. Like it's not like you're like, oh, you know what? I'm really glad they spoke to me that way. It's just like, that's how we all just expect to be spoken to as people when you're purchasing or doing business with somebody. But that person goes home and that's not what they're like. I don't think anybody realistically expects to just know that this is us.
That's a good point.
Our real side. We're not being fake to you if we are doing business with you. We're just being professional, like what Cole said. And
exactly.
The moment you say a cuss word in front of us, we usually are like, okay. Not that we're going to be like, man, but,
right.
at that point we know, like, okay, this person's more casual, and we adjust to that.
Yeah.
But
It's like what we always tell our couples during our consultations for when we do wedding videos is, you know, we kind of gauge them and figure out how, you know, expressive we can be to them, you know, how conservative we should be around their family and all that stuff. It's not us being fake, like you said. It's us just being respectful and
it's being
wanting the best experience for the customer.
Courteous of what we feel their, you know,
lifestyle.
Yeah. It's just us being courteous as anybody would.
Yeah, for sure.
I probably didn't need to explain that hard, but
it's nice.
They know what we're saying.
Yeah, it's nice to get it out there, I guess.
I don't even think we ever really say it out loud to ourselves.
I know. Yeah, it's just kind of a natural thing. Yeah, like Cameron and I will be in the car talking just all stupid like this, and then we'll get out, go to a shoot, and immediately kind of, you know, get professional
mode.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of our best clients are the ones that are like, you know, just you can tell they're loosened up around us. Not that like they need to be, but you can tell they're comfortable, and you can just speak to them straight and be, you know, completely honest with them. And I always liked, I can't remember who I was watching, but it was like some business thing. And one of my favorite things is like they talk about how, like, if you're negotiating or if you're doing anything, it's like to be straight, clear up front as possible. The sooner the better, because then you're not wasting each other's time. And you
dancing around, trying to figure out,
like, you know, it's just doing that back and forth isn't. It's great. It's pleasant, but it's not necessarily the quickest thing for it. You guys both know what you want. Just say what you want.
Yeah, for sure.
But just know that this is gonna be us, our real selves, and we're not really gonna censor ourselves at all. We're gonna cuss and we're gonna talk about stupid shit.
We get really dumb. Like for those who don't know us personally really well, we get really stupid, and we go on, you know, like seriously, like 20-minute long mental scenarios that we just keep building off of each other until we are laughing and crying. So just expect a lot of that. The beer that we're drinking today is, what's this called?
Go for it. You shouldn't have brought it up if you don't want to try to say it.
It's called.
I want to say it's Weihensteifner. I don't know.
Weihensteifner.
The Prost.
Yeah, shout out Prost.
Yeah, they turned us onto this because we made a video for them, and they have this there on tap and stuff. So this is
cool, dude.
This isn't the one that they have. This is I think the wheat one, but they have like the premium original, which is what I tried for. I'm not a big drinker at all. I don't drink alcohol very much, but recently I've kind of transitioned into like, oh, I'll drink this. Like,
I should probably stop drinking as much as I have.
No problem. You're tapering back down. But then you said something about how like, oh yeah, this is a wheat one, so it has a lot of carbs or something. So I was like, well, shit.
Well, beer in general isn't supposed to be good for, like, if you're trying to be healthy. You know, that's when you get some motherfucking what are they called? White Claws. Them seltzers. Is
what are those like? What are those like diet beers?
No. This is it's just seltzer water, and it's like, you know what White Claw is? It's like
I've heard of
flavored, but it's carbonated. It's a lot of water in it, so you like actually stay hydrated while you drink it, and it's got a pretty high alcohol content. But since it's a seltzer water, it's like way better for you than, you know, shit like this, or like liquor. You know what I mean?
That's just like I try not to drink as much pop. Like I have a 12-pack of vanilla Coke in the fridge, and Ashley and I have just slowly gone through it. Like, you know, it's hard when I work from home now to like not just crack one of those open while I'm editing.
Dude, you're telling me.
But now I'm pissed off because I've started drinking beer, so I'll drink like 2 or 3 of these things, and I'm just like, I probably might as well have just drank like 3 Cokes.
Yeah,
which sucks.
Like 4 loaves of bread.
Oh, don't tell me that. That's gross.
I'm telling you.
Now I don't want to drink. You know what? I'm off of liquor. I'm off alcohol. I know that's not liquor, but
now get yourself either like vodka sodas are dope, because vodka's very low calorie, and soda water doesn't have anything in it, but it's still carbonated, so it's like still that like soda-y taste.
What about whiskey?
I mean, that's
be
liquor.
A professional.
What?
Tell me what's happening. Because Ashley will just drink whiskey straight now.
No.
Yeah, it's like we went to
what?
Yeah, it's weird, and she won't even make a face. It's the weirdest thing.
Has she been watching Peaky Blinders?
No. It's weird. She can do like bourbon or whiskey.
What a fucking psychopath.
And scotch. We went to
what?
Yeah, we went to Betty's house, and they were like, oh, you want to try this scotch? And they gave me this scotch. It's that like I don't know. We've been to a liquor store, and they say that it's the expensive stuff. I don't know what it is. If anybody ever
comes up to me and is like, you want to try the scotch? I'm always going to be like, oh yeah, sure, cool. And then I'm going to take it back, and in my head I'm going to be like,
yeah. Ashley was just like,
the worst.
And then we have like Tennessee like vanilla whiskey. I don't know. We have whiskey at home, and then we had some like salty caramel whiskey or whatever at my grandparents' house out in Rose Hill, and like she will just drink it.
We're about 15 minutes in, so I don't know if Ashley's going to be watching this far,
Yeah.
but Jesus fucking Christ.
It's
Chill
really weird
out.
because then we'll both like take a little drink or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I do the typical like wince face or whatever, and she's just like,
Looking
you're a bitch.
still. God damn, that's so crazy.
And I'm like, I don't know how you
Well,
do that, dude.
Dude, what's up with our wives? It's like Julie.
Didn't you say Julie does that?
Julie does the straight vodka. Like
That's
her and her
crazy.
nursing friends will just do straight vodka and then straight fucking what is it, Rumpelmintz, which is like 190 proof alcohol or something like that, but not 190, but 100 or 90.
yeah. Really?
But, yeah.
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah.
Unless you're like cleaning sterile
Fucking
equipment.
what's
I don't know what you make. I don't know what it's for.
what's Everclear? Connor
Oh,
will do
yeah.
a shot of Everclear, and that's 180 proof, I think. That's like almost complete rubbing alcohol,
Weird.
just like cleared by the government.
It's just
to,
like,
for
okay.
consumption. Yeah.
It's like you shouldn't do this, but we're okay with it.
That's
Either way.
crazy though. Fucking straight whiskey.
I know, I don't get it. It just, I think it just proves that like men suck.
Yeah. Well, okay. So speaking of Wyatt, not trying to turn this into a whole alcohol podcast, but
Yeah.
Wyatt got back from Kentucky and did a bourbon tour.
Oh, yeah. You were
like
talking
where
about
he went to the different like distilleries or whatever the fuck they're called there. And he was over at my house the other night and he was like, "You want to learn how to taste bourbon?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, sure. And he's like, "Okay, this is life changing." And he showed it to me. He told me how to do it, and like it is. So like you take a small sip of whiskey or bourbon, right, or whatever fucking liquor you're trying to get used to, and you swish around your mouth. It's so gross, but like you swish it around your mouth for a little bit, and then you swallow it, and then your whole entire fucking mouth is used to that taste. So when you take a sip of just straight bourbon from a glass, it's not bad. And you can actually then taste the flavor because that overpowering
You're like acclimated?
alcohol taste is gone because it's just in your mouth already.
Weird.
And so that's how you can tell like, oh, this bourbon has a little hint of cherry in it, or this bourbon has a little like, blueberry, whatever the fuck.
Weird.
Yeah. So if we ever do get into a situation professionally where we need to like do just a straight glass of
That makes
whiskey,
sense.
swish around your mouth for a little bit first and just kind of like look in the corner or something like that, and then you should be good the rest of the night.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's
Mind-blowing.
interesting.
And it actually worked. It was crazy.
It's, you know, that's so weird.
What?
We haven't touched our YouTube thing in like months or whatever.
Right.
And I log in to just check it, right?
Yeah.
And then as we're talking, we had a new subscriber.
That happened
Makes
while
no
we were
sense.
talking?
Yeah, like if you saw me glance to my phone and like make the screen go off, we just got a random new subscriber.
Is this live?
It's really weird.
That is
It's,
weird.
I think it's that Cuddless video, dude. It gets consistent views.
Shout out to her too.
I know.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
she's been doing some cool online stuff.
Oh yeah, I just got the email saying that we
Yeah.
got a subscriber too. Shout out Darnation Pickett.
Thanks, Donation.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what else? Yeah, I mean, this is we're at 18 minutes, so
Cool.
so approaching the 30-minute mark, that could be its own episode.
For sure.
And then we can go into like the movie or whatever we plan on talking about after this, more stuff. But at least we've got this set up. The setup next time, not next time we post a video because we're going to be doing a few with this setup.
Yeah.
But the next chapter of this whole thing, we should have a much better setup.
Yeah.
And
We should have another one of those going on over here rather than this.
yeah, and like I said, hopefully at some point a third. That way we can have some guests on. Wouldn't it be cool to just like be ourselves, like talk shit and everything like that, but then actually have people on that can discuss their own like
Yeah, for
things?
sure.
Like I know then we'd probably be a little more professional, but it'd be in a really relaxed, chill environment.
Totally.
We'd offer them a beer, like
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
And I mean, I'm not against having people on here who, like, if they have like a business or something, like literally just talking about because I don't necessarily expect this to be local only, but
Sure.
because we'll talk about other things. But I'm
Yeah.
not afraid to like do some local stuff.
Sure,
like
yeah.
if we want to have local people on or whatever. We're trying to fresh start. I don't know how many fresh starts we've done with all of our endeavors in our lives. It's just constant, but like you got to keep trying or else you're never gonna do it.
Exactly. At least we keep trying, goddammit,
Yeah.
because it's so hard. It's so hard. It's just us two. And
We talk about it all the time. If Cole and I had a YouTube channel that had like a bunch of videos on it when we were in like middle school and high school. So like if we just would have kept that going, if we just would have never stopped, even if it wasn't consistent, we'd have so much content on there, and it just would have grown and grown. And by now, we might be a big channel. You never know.
Can't
It's
even
just,
imagine where we'd be.
but you stop, and then you start doing other things. We had school and all sorts of other starting jobs for the first time and everything. And
Yeah.
it's just, so we just restart because we obviously don't want to stop, but stuff gets in the way. So this time we're trying again, and we're going to try not to stop, especially because now we're going to enlist some people to help us.
Yes.
And that's where we've noticed, like, even in our business and everything, the moment you can get somebody to help, the easier it is for you to keep going, because then you're not like, man, I have to do 5 things before I even do this next thing.
For sure. So. Exactly. Spring's coming up around the corner, so we're going to get crazy busy again.
Yeah.
But we just have to stay with it.
Yeah, because something like this, as long as we get a setup, and you might see this background change. We haven't settled on a location completely.
That's true.
I really like this, but chances are we're not going to always have this whole amount of space, because we'll have other stuff set up. And
we don't know what's going to happen to this upper level.
Yeah,
so.
But eventually we want to have this in a spot that doesn't change, so that it's literally as easy as us showing up, turning on a couple things, and going.
Yeah.
Without it being like, okay, well, it's going to take an hour or 3 hours or whatever to set up.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
And that should help with consistency.
Yeah.
Just simplifying.
Hang out and relax. It'll be way better mentally for us to just kind of let go for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But, and there might be somewhere we just have like one camera on, for all we know.
Yeah, that's true.
Just depends on what we end up with that day.
And yeah, that's the thing too. So plans-wise for the future, like I said, spring's coming around the corner. So River City Visuals is going to start getting really busy. Hopefully by I don't know, summer, October, or something like that, we're going to have a lot of extra help with River City Visuals. For
sure.
People that we can pay contractly for different editing stuff and shooting and everything. People that we trust that makes good content. On top of that, we want this to keep going. We want to like expand this into a way bigger setup with more developed things going on, and we want to be able to take this, out on the road if we wanted to, or on a different location. I'm
trying to map out. I already have a list going of like, how do you do a simplified setup, and how do you, what equipment, 3 of the same of this or whatever, and it's like a little bundle that we can basically have, and just be on the go.
Fuck yeah! And on top of all that, we still want to do. We're still working on film stuff. We gotta have something in Tallgrass this year. Hopefully it'll be our 5th year in a row. But we just love making stuff. We just love being creative. So if you guys have any recommendations out there, again, feel free to shoot them our way. Also, try to keep us. What's that word?
Accountable.
Try to hold us accountable. If you notice that we don't have content coming out,
complain.
Start sending us messages. Yeah. Leave bad reviews on our business page.
Don't do that. We don't even have any. We barely have any good reviews on our business.
Make a claim with the Better Business Bureau and say that we owe them money.
I want you to know. And, I think you have to be part of the Better Business. I don't know how it works.
I don't know how it works either. We want you to. What was that?
I don't know. It sounded like a dog.
What's it? Did I
don't know.
Like touch something. Oh God.
Let's just do this for like 5 minutes and see if anybody makes it to the end.
That was weird though, right?
Yeah, I swear it sounded. There are people who like live in apartments out here
that have dogs.
Yeah, I think I've heard a dog out there before. Dogs exist.
Spooky. Well, come on now. That's the beer talking. That's the who shouldn't do for talking.
Who should do.
All right.
Great. That's what that's called now.
Anyways, we're approaching 24 minutes, so we should probably wrap it up. But
Sweet.
Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment. Leave some input, recommendations, thoughts, and we will see you next time.
Thanks.